let me say this again. I was talking about Jimmy Carter, who just passed. He was 100 years old. And I understand he spent the last couple of years in hospice. So, I mean, he's been bedridden for the past years. One thing that I had seen during the election, and I don't know why they chose to show this. I know it might have been Kamala, showing that even Jimmy Carter voted from his hospital bed. I mean, he was almost looking like he was in the grave or something, voting. So I guess people were trying to say, hey, if Jimmy Carter can vote in his condition, what's your problem? But anyway, he'll be missed. Now, one thing that has kind of come up here and that has been brought out in the news media regarding a couple, the most memorable thing about Jimmy Carter's regime. Like I said, I do appreciate the fact that I was able to go to college and my tuition was fully paid for by the government. So as a poor person, that was very important that was able to be done. That was because of his administration and the Democrats or whatever at that time. Of course, I told you when Reagan got in, he started cutting everything. And that's when things started to go downhill more so for black people once he got in. The other thing that has been very pointed out as far as Jimmy Carter was the fact that he signed over the Panama Canal and turned it over to Panama. Now, I tell you what, 45 years later, that looks like a very stupid thing that he did to give that Panama Canal away. Because from what I understand is the American government, Americans played a big role in building that canal, paying for it to be built, providing security and everything else. Now they're talking about there's a threat that China may be trying to take that canal over. And it's also being said that they're being unfair as far as what they're charging Americans to bring our ships through. And understand, like I said, that was under American control. And Jimmy Carter was responsible for giving that up. And 45 years later, that looks like a bad idea. So, that's something that Donald Trump and the administration is going to be really looking at what to do about that situation with the canal. Because I mean, if for some reason, if, China gets too far up in there and can be able to block America, that's grounds for war. That will be World War III for that. I mean, say, yeah, okay, you all want to play that, then we just had to blow y'all off the face of the planet Earth. So that's something to look at there. But let's come on up to the recent items. Let's go back about a week. Let's go to New York City. A lot of bad stuff been going on in New York City. And as you know, New York City has been in the news. One thing is because of this Daniel Penny thing, which I didn't even know about that until, maybe a couple of months ago. I hadn't even heard about this white guy who had killed black man, supposedly trying to subdue him to keep him from hurting people, but he didn't have to kill him. But anyway, the justice system decided to let him off. So I'm not too happy about that in general, but that sure very much looked like a Derek Chauvin situation against George Floyd. One difference was Derek Chauvin was actually a police officer. Daniel Penny was not a police officer. But somebody want to get into that a little bit, they can, but I don't think he had to kill him. And I think New York ain't shit. Let me say that very clearly. New York ain't shit. I ain't been in New York in 50 years, and I have no intention to go back to New York City. Um, that's the same place where I think this woman named Kitty Genovese, there was about 20 or more people standing around watching this woman get raped and killed, and they just stood around and watched, didn't help her. So, New York has a history of, watching crime being done to people, and they just sit around and look. And I think about the Genovese situation. Same thing with this guy that Daniel Penny killed. You mean to tell me it wasn't no other men or 20 or 30 people on that train who could have subdued him or sat on top of him or held him for the police or something, versus they just sat around and maybe videotaped it or just sat and watched while this man killed him, and he could have subdued him. So I don't like that. That situation was not at all. He was not a police officer. And like I said, New York is on some bullshit. Okay, New York is on some bullshit. For them to sit around and then that ain't the worst of it. You had an illegal migrant or someone from Guatemala who was deported by the Donald Trump administration. This man came into their country illegally. The Trump administration removed him from the country within 7 days. And then your good friends, not my good friend, your good friend, Biden, Harris, and the Democratic administration allowed this guy to come back in, probably in jail more than once or more, arrested him, let him go, and this guy was made free to come back to New York City and set a white woman on fire. Set a white woman on fire in the subway, and he got away with it. He said people videotaped it, didn't help the woman at all, didn't subdue this man. This man was able to walk away after setting this white woman on fire. Okay? Set her on fire, and nobody helped the woman, nobody subdued. He was able to do that, sit there and walk like he was eating some popcorn, watching this white woman burn, and he was able to walk away from that. The police caught him later on, but he shouldn't have been able to leave that subway alive. How is it he was able to walk away alive? How? And from what I understand, New York is also a place where people have a habit of pushing people onto the tracks. I think it was just yesterday, or day before yesterday, somebody else got pushed onto the tracks. Innocent person. I don't know what happened to the person that did that. But how can this guy set a white woman on fire and he was able to live to tell about it and walk away? New York is on some bullshit. Let me say that. New York is on some bullshit. Anyway, it was kind of a quiet week. Now, I believe that about a week ago, the current president, Biden, who's kind of AWOL, you don't even know where it's almost like we have a ghost for a president. He might as well be a ghost. He just pardoned some more people. From what I understand, obviously some people that were on death row that he pardoned. And from what I understand, Uh, there was a couple of them that had even done something to children or whatever, but they took him off death row. I don't think he pardoned them. I don't think, but I think he they put him on commuted sentences where they took him off death penalty. But you don't know whether the president is doing this on his own or whether somebody is preparing the paperwork and putting it in front of him because he has dementia. Marva Fields, we both know somebody who really has dementia. Would you really want somebody with dementia to make the decision as the president? But that's what we have now. And this fool has probably had dementia for at least 4 years, but he ain't have enough dementia to where he didn't pardon his son for crimes that he should have been in jail for. And then, he want to pardon everybody. When is he going to pardon the Black Panthers? When is he going to pardon all probably hundreds of thousands of black people that got caught up in that dragnet because of his crime bill? Don't forget, it was his crime bill that he sponsored that put a lot of separate. They talking about family separation. They separated a lot of black families because a lot of our men went to jail for having some marijuana, something that's now legal now. And I bet you maybe less than 1% of the legal franchises to sell this belong to black people. But how many thousands of them need to be pardoned? And not only pardoned, they need to have reparations. They need to have reparations. They need to be paid. They need to be paid reparation and restitution for the prosecution that they did under that crime bill. Yeah, you want to pardon somebody, Mr. President, you need to pardon some black people. You need to pardon thousands of black people. Don't put it on Trump to do that. And Trump did pardon some black people. But it shouldn't have even got to you. And bastard Obama, he's the one who should have pardoned all those black people that was caught in that dragnet of that evil, wicked, diabolical crime bill that was put forth by what's the guy name? Our ghost president, Biden. So I tell you, I can't like for this. I can't wait for Trump to get in there. But Biden, while he's sitting there, he can do right by a lot of black people whose lives he destroyed. He destroyed, and yeah, I'm putting it on him. And he was really not. I think he was a horrible choice for vice president. He's been a horrible president. He's been the worst president ever. People trying to say Jimmy Carter was a bad president. No. Your boy Biden is probably the worst president in history. Worse than Andrew Johnson, worse than Wilson, worse than you people don't like Nixon. He's worse than Nixon. The one you got now, this fool Biden, is the worst things going. Yes, Ron, all of those songs that you heard on my radio station were my original songs or original songs of my affiliates. By the way, that's nice that you like my music. What the reason why I did that is I want people to go and subscribe to the radio station. Right now, it's 50% off subscriptions, less than $10 a month, and that's a discount that you will get indefinitely if you remain signed on. That's what I need people to do. Go to this website and become a subscriber to Geechee Line Music Radio, which features my original music. And that preview, by the way, after this broadcast is over, I will be taking that down. That was up for a limited time. But yes. So again, if anybody wants to join this is the link to join me on this panel. But yes, New York. Yeah, really bad. So it's been kind of quiet. Um, no pardons lately. I did not look at my YouTube. One thing I've been doing, I've been checking YouTube every day to keep track on what's being shared on Fox News and by my other favorite vloggers. Shout out to Barry Cunningham, Philip Scott, which is African Diaspora Network, and also Anton Daniels' Millionaire Morning Show. These are black men who have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. They're basically conservative men. That's basically who I listen to. And you get a lot of information, real information that you will not get on the mainstream traditional media, which now has been shown to be a bunch of damn liars. CNN, MSNBC, they went in on Trump so hard trying to make Trump out to be Hitler. He's a fascist. They said he was a liar. The real liars turned out to be CNN, MSNBC, The View. They turned out to be the liars. Donald Trump is the one who told the truth. Donald Trump is the one who told the truth. He told all Americans the truth. He told the world the truth. He told black people the truth. I will give Donald Trump this. We've gotten the black people, especially black people in America, have gotten more respect out of the presidential office within the 2 months, less than 2 months, from Donald Trump and Tom Homan, they're going to help us get rid of these illegals out of Chicago. We got more respect out of Donald Trump administration than we got through 8 years of Obama being in there. I told you, as far as I'm concerned, Obama's no friend of mine. He's evil. He helped kill our brother Gaddafi, who tried to unite Africa. And speaking of that, we have a new brother here, Ibrahim Traore, in Burkina Faso. The people are trying to assassinate him just like they had tried to assassinate Donald Trump. And he is spearheading a drive to unite Africa and to drive out the colonial powers. They've driven out France. African countries are standing up on their own. I believe it was Burkina Faso, one of those countries that just paid off their own national debt. They did not go to the International World Bank, International Monetary Fund. I call them the International MFs. They did not have to go to the World Bank, who I call the World Skank. They didn't have to not go to America or Europe or any of those. They paid their own debts. So they are not beholden to the West as far as finances. And so they believe, striking up some alliances with Russia and China, which is great. Because America and the United States should have been in there, but they were on some bullshit. So, Russia and China and other countries step in to help Africa. I'm all for it. Like I said, that should have been America. America, should have been in there. You asked me about the monthly price. The monthly price, I believe, is $8 now. $7 or $8. And that's 24/7 original music, my own streaming. You don't need Spotify. This way you can directly help me, an original artist, by subscribing to my streaming platform, Get Your Line Music Radio. You know, when people stream their music on Spotify and these other, we get like 0.0001 penny per stream. That's ridiculous. So that's why most of my music now is not on Spotify. I believe I've taken all my music off Spotify. If somebody likes my music, William Hung, anybody else there, go to Get Your Line Music uh, Radio, get a subscription. Also, right now I got 50% off all subscriptions, 25% off all downloads. So you can get a music download for $1 or so. Support me directly. If it's a stream, I'm not putting my music out there for 0.0001 per stream. Hell no. So that's another subject, and that's a political thing too that I believe that the new administration, I think, is going to be tackling, is the social media and certain things going on with that. But again, we want to include you in this conversation. And we're talking about independence in Africa. I think they got a new association, Burkina Faso, Niger. I believe Ghana is thinking about joining that as well. Gabon, I believe. There's about five countries on the African continent that want to form a United States of Africa, which is what our brother Muammar Gaddafi was trying to do. And like I said, I blame the devil, Barack Obama, for killing our brother. And I'll never forgive him for that. He should burn in hell for that, killing that man who's trying to reunite and raise up Africa. So to hell with Obama and his whole family. Damn them. That's the way I feel about Obama. So we're going to look at, and I plan on doing this a little bit later on. I'm going to be dealing a whole segment, maybe 30 minutes or so, on the previous presidential campaign with Kamala Harris. I'm not going to really go into that too much this time, but I plan on doing a segment just on that. And what it's going to be is I'm going to go back and do a retrospective on that particular campaign and what happened with that. Definitely. But yes, what you want to do is, again, if you want to join the conversation, do this so I'm not just talking. But of course, I got plenty to talk about. And again, shout out to some of my favorite streamers, hosts on YouTube: Barry Cunningham, Philip Scott, Anton Daniel. Other thing that I've been following, and this is political, because just about everything that you get into in America is political. Sports is definitely political. You can just look back to what happened with Kaepernick and the kneeling in the NFL. But the latest thing that is really going on here that I've been following. I've been a follower of the WNBA, especially the past season, and a lot of people are saying that now that The only reason why the league is relevant is because this certain person got drafted and entered into the league, and I ain't gonna even mention her name, but they acted like I guess the people who were there before, who were there, they wasn't really significant. And give this person credit, yes, once they came to the league, yes, it's a lot more attention. But it's like she's like Jesus. They consider her like the Jesus Christ of women basketball, and everybody else ain't shit. That's basically the way I see it. I see that there's been some positive things about her entering the league, but I think she brought a lot of toxicity, and a lot of people who are supporting her are very toxic. And I am not, really, thrilled about that whole situation. Um, and Chicago actually should have beaten that team twice. I think they lost to them once by 1 point, and then they won another game. And in the last game, of course, they had two starters out, so you can understand why they couldn't win that one. But that's become very, very political, the WNBA. I am looking forward to the new league called Unrivaled. I think it's going to be starting in a couple of weeks. And it'll basically be 3-on-3 women's basketball. And all of the players who are in the league are WNBA players. So this is another way where people, female athletes, basketball players can still continue to earn money even though the season is over. And I believe their minimum salary is $100,000. So that's pretty good. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know sure how it's going to be televised or what have you, but I'm going to be following that. And I'm glad that this certain person who they consider to um, be Jesus Christ of women basketball, I'm glad that she's not in the league. And I'm hoping that this league succeed and thrive without her. And matter of fact, after they show that, I would not even want. I would ban her from the league. I wouldn't even want her in the league, since she's Jesus. She don't need nobody else. So anyway, share this broadcast. Share this. Of course, the replay will be left up. Are you talking about the NFL? Yeah, the NFL certainly has been political. Not so much now. I haven't really seen them be too political lately. I know there was a brief time where people were talking about people doing the quote unquote Trump dance when they're in the end zone. People, I think, a few people maybe on social media, he was saying something about that. And that's the way politics was being brought into the NFL, because people were doing the quote unquote Trump dance on the field. But you don't have the real political drama that you had before with Kaepernick and the people kneeling and all of that. Not so much now, but definitely I think the NBA basketball has certainly been political, and I would say even is political right now. And you're saying the referees, yeah, Marv, I don't know if you want to talk about it, for a few minutes. Come on the live stream and you can fill me in, because I don't follow NFL. I don't follow the NFL at all. So maybe you can come on. You don't have to be on camera, but you can be on audio and tell us your viewpoints of the political system, what's going on in the NFL. I'd be interested to hear that. But so the NFL I haven't followed. The NBA I don't follow. All I've heard about their ratings are going way down. I heard the drama about controversy about LeBron James, who people probably saying he need to go ahead and retire, and him going through all that to get his son to be drafted, and then he ain't even on the team. He's in the G League or something. Um, and then I heard he might be involved with P Diddy and that whole thing. So I'm looking forward to pretty soon. Somebody gonna release the names of the people who went to the Diddy parties and release the people who were involved with the boat uh, thing with my boy Epstein or whatever in the island. So, but then that's political. But like I said, you'll see a lot of that starting to come into position or come to fruition and be shown once as the new administration gets ready to come in. This is just the 2nd of January. If we understand, like I say, I did not check YouTube yet, so I don't know if I don't know what the president has done, if anything, today. I don't know if Kamala Harris, what she's done today. I don't know what the Congress has done, what Trump has said, or Elon, or Cash Patel, or Pam Bondi, or anything. I hadn't heard about anything. I was hoping to be joined by someone from the Chicago Flips Red organization, because I am a Chicagoan. I still have a home in Chicago. I still pay taxes there. I am still based, even though I'm in the Philippines now, I'm in Chicago at least 2 months out of the year. So I'm very much still connected with what is going on in Chicago. And I reached out to Danielle Carter, and she did respond back to me. She asked me to send her the link, which I did do. So I'm hoping one of them will join me for this forum. If they don't, hopefully we can set up something and schedule to just have them on as featured panelists. This is something I probably want to do. Today is Thursday here in the Philippines, which is Wednesday night in Chicago. So I want to start on a regular basis doing this on Wednesday evening, Wednesday 7 p.m. Chicago time. And I'm hoping to have Chicago Flip Red organization on. Of course, I consider myself to be a part of them. At least I am a supporter. And again, we are very much in Chicago looking forward to Trump being in office. And it said that on day one, Tom Homan and the border czar will be in Chicago to help us deal with the illegal people situation there in Chicago, which is terrible. They're really the Biden-Harris administration and the Democrats, the Democrats, and the demonized rats have weaponized these people from the other countries to destroy black people. Literally to destroy black people in America. But Chicago is ground zero. Chicago is the main laboratory. They're talking about Hitler. We had more Hitler in Chicago under Rahm Emanuel and those who are perpetuating this illegal immigration. That's Hitler, not Trump. Trump is not Hitler. And I hope he sues somebody and able to get millions of dollars for those who called him Hitler and fascist and all that. the real Hitler, the real Ku Klux Klan is in Chicago. And what you mean? What, Marv? Are you laughing? That's true. The real Hitler. You want to see an example of Adolf Hitler? It was Mayor Daley and Rahm Emanuel. That was Hitler. And hopefully someday somebody will come on and do a vlog and look at the destruction of the black community and black people since the loss of Harold Washington in the late 80s. What has been done to the black population in Chicago. And it basically has been genocidal. You talking about Hitler? That's a live example of Hitler and Stalin and whoever else you want to say. But hopefully I'll get them on. Probably won't get them on today. I've been on about an hour and they haven't come on yet. But man, no, I turned red years ago for governor. I did not vote for Flintstone. I did not vote for Flintstone. I voted for the Republican. Matter of fact, I voted for Jim Edgar, who was a Republican, who was our governor. He was a good governor. I voted for George Ryan, Republican. He was one of our best. He was the one who pardoned our black people off of death row. He was the one that did that. I voted for him. I voted for the other Republican who came in after they railroaded Blagojevich out of office. I voted for that Republican governor. I think he would have been a good governor too, but the Democrats and the demonized rats, they blocked the good thing he was trying to do. Term limits and other things like that. Things that would have benefited, I think, our people in Chicago and black people, they blocked it. The Democrats, the demonized rats, they blocked it. So I turned red a long time ago. And I think if Donald Trump had put the energy into Illinois, I believe he could have flipped Chicago red. And he could have flipped Illinois red. All he had to do was just hammer down and hammer in and hone in on this illegal alien situation, because they absolutely destroy black people there. Those of you who are not there, I was there up until I moved to the Philippines September 2023, and I've been back. But I've seen the people sleeping on the street. I've seen the people from the other countries who are illegal, shouldn't even be here. I've seen them sleeping on the streets in front of the police station on 33rd in Chicago, 33rd and Halsted police station. I saw the people from the other countries who ain't supposed to be here sleeping in the streets. I saw the lines of the illegal people coming in. 87 and Dan Ryan, Home Depot. I saw them lined up outside of that in person. So I know what you're saying. He tried in 2000. You talking about Trump? No, Trump did not try. Trump did not put any money into trying to win Chicago and Illinois. I believe if he had put through an effort, he could have made it very close. Because if you look at a map, the only reason why he won Illinois is because he won Chicago and Cook County. But I believe next time Trump can't run again. But if the JD Vance or somebody runs again and Trump comes through on he's successful in removing this 40 or 50,000 illegals out of the city, and black people start getting these jobs, which they're supposed to have all the time, and that crime is reduced. Black people get jobs, black people get money, and just Chicago, it ain't even a black thing. It's Americans. They're hurting Americans. But if Trump comes in and does what he does, and he said Tom Homan already said Chicago is going to be ground zero. If he successfully comes in and cleans up Chicago and helps us get rid of this fool clown, Governor Flintstone, and the magic Negro in the mayor's office, the Republicans will win Illinois and win Chicago in a landslide. If he is successful, especially he'll have black people's vote. I guarantee you, most of them. They say only 20% of black men voted for Trump. He does what he's promised to do. Next election, Republicans will get over half easily. And he offered to help with the crime situation. If he comes in and does that, and especially if he shows that the Magic Negro and Flintstone are trying to block him, I want to see that Negro in jail. I want to see that Negro, Brandon Johnson. I want to see him. He talking all that shit about he gonna stop Trump and fight Trump. I want him to be the first Negro that they put in jail. And Negro, people may think Negro is offensive. Negro was on my birth certificate. It wasn't black. I was born in the late 1950s. If you could look on those birth certificate, it does not say black. It says Negro. So I have no problem calling this Negro a Negro because it was probably, if you look at his birth certificate, it said Negro. So I'm looking forward to the border. That's a big thing. I'm looking forward to the borders being there. I'm going to be on the phone with my mother and family who is there. And I hope Chicago flip red. I want to combine with them. And what you mean? Point Dexter, you talking about Johnson? I call him the Point Devil, the Point Negro Devil, the mayor. He's a devil. And like I say, he's more Hitler. He is more Hitler than anybody that they're trying to call Hitler. Trump did not do what was done to black people in Chicago. Trump is not responsible. Republicans are not responsible. It was the demonized rats, the Democrats, the Demo rats, the demonized rats. They were the one that did this genocide against black people. So that's the real Hitler. Like I said, Mayor Daley Jr., Rahm Emanuel. They were the real Hitler. And insult to injury, I think I talked about this last week. I used to live in one of the housing developments called Rockwell. Rockwell was torn down maybe 30 years ago. I got to look it up to see when it was torn down. They tore it down right now. All that space where all those black people live, it's a vacant lot. Now, I'm going to do a video showing you that it's a vacant lot. They tore down all of Robert Taylor, Rockwell, Stateway Gardens, all the places where black people congregated. They didn't keep the buildings up. They purposely let them go to hell, tore them down, which drove black people out of the city, drove black people out of the city because they did not help relocate them within the city. So that was part of the genocide. The other genocide was, of course, allowing the crime to run rampant, allowing the drugs and other things to run rampant. A lot of that drug was brought in by the Mexicans. We talking about the Mexican cartel now. A lot of marijuana and other drugs came from Mexico. This is again because you have a weak open border. You let these people come in, human trafficking, dope, cocaine, knives. Trump said it's fentanyl. Fentanyl is coming in through Mexico, killing lots of Americans. But it was fine. The government is okay with that because they didn't mind blacks being killed and destroyed. And to show you how bad, they didn't even mind white people being killed and destroyed and Americans being destroyed. They didn't even, they show you what type of government, for the most part, that we have, mostly under Democrats. And Democrats lately, they're going to take most of the blame because Obama was in there 8 years. Him and the devil Joe Biden was in there. They didn't do shit. And then Joe Biden was in there for the last 4 years. Him and dumbass, fake, not black person Kamala Harris. They were involved and let all these people in, let in the drugs, let in the crime, let in white women get set on fire, and that's cool. Other people that I know, Trump and the Republicans have highlighted Americans that have been killed, raped. No, they don't care about Americans. They got a few of them. They care about their personal money. As long as their personal money is okay, they don't care who dies. They don't care about Americans being suffered. I'm thinking about now, Brother Kennedy, used to be a Democrat. Now he's joined the Republican administration. He's looking forward to him being in there to help us get poison out of our food system. The government has allowed our food to be poisoned. Children have been poisoned, poisonous so-called shots, supposedly to help, I don't even want to say the word, but in other words, the jab, that probably caused a lot more harm than good. He's going to be coming in, looking forward to him eliminating a lot of this poison. I understand that someone has sued the Kellogg's company to force them to get the red dye and other poisons out of the food. So I think with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. coming in there, he's going to spearhead a process where a lot of our food the poison is going to come out of it. A lot of things that I used to eat, I don't even eat. I used to like cookies and candies and things like I don't eat none of that anymore. Why? Because I look at the ingredients and I see all kind of poisonous ass shit in there. Seed oils, palm oil, soybean oil. I don't want that shit. MSG, of course, I stopped that a long time ago. When I get my Chinese food, I say no MSG. The problem with that is they put soy in it. So a lot of time I would say no MSG, monosodium glutamate, and no soy either, because I know soy is bad, especially for men. Men, they eat soy. Soy is like a female hormone. So that was also part of the devil's plan to feminize men and, affecting our fertility. I have a personal beef with that, affecting our fertility, causing erectile dysfunction, and just like say making men be feminized and all that with the soy. But also getting these dyes out and diabolical chemicals that are in American food sold but they sell the same thing overseas in other countries, and they don't have those dangerous chemicals and items in there. So I'm looking forward to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. administration coming in to help get rid of a lot of that poison out of our system. I call it the Great Satan, which is the American government. Is basically Satan. There's government which is going to be, I believe it is going to be destroyed, and Trump is probably going to be. I think he's going to be at the center of a lot of things in America being things need to be destroyed in the American government system, such as the deception, wasting a lot of the taxpayers' money, and a lot of diabolical things that they're hiding from the American people. I'm looking forward to Elon Musk being fully integrated with the government and having all of the government proceedings be on X, where all Americans will be able to see in real time what is being done in the government. I'm looking for him bringing that, having an X channel. Chicago Flips Red needs to have a channel in Chicago and Illinois where we can show what the devil Flintstone, Governor Flintstone, and the other demonous people in our Illinois General Assembly are doing, so that then the people in Chicago and all around Illinois can see what these devils are doing and be able to pay them a visit and protest against them in the proper way. These people act like they bulletproof. You're not bulletproof. Luigi's associates or disciples can visit you. A lot of things that what we let our people do, these politicians do in America, other countries will not have it because they would be removed from office by any means necessary. So I'm looking forward to that day, and I am seeing a lot of our people in America is starting to wake up, and I'm happy that Elon Musk and Trump came in and was able to stop some of the demonic things that the Congress tried to sneak on the American people here a couple of weeks ago with that budget. I'm glad that Trump and Elon rose up to fight against that, and they got a lot of the worst poisonous things out of that. And I'm again looking forward to Donald Trump administration coming in with the new administration, give him a chance to do what he promised to do. But as I'm probably going to end this in a little bit, let me say this. I'm not letting the devil Biden Harris off. This is the second, so there's 18 more days. And I call on Biden, and you some people who support Biden Harris so strong, share this message with them. He wants to do something. He needs to pardon all those black people, every one of them that was caught up in this crime bill and serving time for marijuana. All black people have been destroyed, black families destroyed, black families separated. They so worried about these damn illegals being here and they found them being separated. What about the Americans? What about the black Americans who you destroyed? You were involved in destroying it. And I also blame the devil Obama, because Obama had 8 years. He could have pardoned all the Black Panthers. He could have pardoned H. Rap Brown, Leonard Peltier, the American Indian movement. He could have pardoned all, he could have at least pardoned all of them, pardoned and commuted the sentences of all the black people that got caught up in that crime bill, which is directed directly to destroy us. You want to do something, Biden? You want to pardon people? Pardon those thousands of black people who you caused their destruction. Other than that, right now, like I said, you're the worst president in history. I agree with Trump on that. Uh, you're the worst president in history for letting all these people come in and invade our country. Russia would never stand for. You always want to. People want to criticize Russia and China. Russia and China would not have stand for letting people just walk in their country that don't even imagine Russia or China letting millions of people into their country who could not speak Russian, could not speak Chinese, but let them come in and take the resources away from the Chinese citizens or Russian citizens, people who can't even speak Russian or Chinese, coming in, using up, eating the citizens' food, consuming the citizens' health care, and then committing crimes, killing Chinese, killing Russians, and allowing them to come in and break laws that Russians and Chinese cannot even break. Make that make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. America doesn't make sense. The American government is the devil. American government is the devil. And they're going to be shown, I believe, they're already being shown as the devil they are. And these other countries are going to break away and they're not going to be under the devil's thumb. America, if there's a God, if he's a just God, America, you're going to pay. You're going to pay dearly for your evil done to black people especially. Yes, we're talking about reparations and everything else that is owed to black people. We shouldn't have a black person should not have no student loans because all their college should be 100% covered by the government. All our health care should be 100% covered by the government. I mean, you start there with the reparations. They're talking about this fool in California, the government talking about being interested in running for president. Hell no, never. They had a reparations bill and he trashed it. He got together and conspired with the House Negroes and stopped the reparations bill in California. Why would we think he's going to get any support? They said Trump got a 25% of black men. If they put that fool up for the nominee, they'd be lucky to get 50. They'd be lucky to get 40%. They had a reparations bill in California, and this fool, governor of California, Gavin Newsom, stopped it and sabotaged it along with his House Negro. So again, just think about Biden. Like I said, you want to do something? Pardon these black people. They suffered under your crime bill. Okay? But imagine what I said about Russia and China. Do you think they would let millions of non-Russian, non-Chinese people who can't even speak Russian and Chinese, do you think they would let millions of them come in their borders and consume their food, clothing, shelter, and government resources and healthcare? No, hell no. But America has done that with their stupid ass. Can't wait for Trump to get in there and really do something to stop that and deport millions of illegals. And I got some more thoughts about that I'll share next week. I got some ideas for Trump and his administration. And he don't even got to pay me. He ain't got to pay me, but I'm going to give him some suggestions of how he can deal with Mexico and how he can deal with South America, Canada, and whoever else. So thank you, especially Marvel Fields, for joining me. I was hoping next week we'll have you back next week, Marva, and invite some of your friends, Facebook friends, and those. I know you're not the only person who thinks like you do, Marva. So whoever those people are, share this broadcast with them and have them join. If you have 20 people, 50 people who think like you do, share this and have them watch the replay and join my next broadcast. All right. Thank you very much. Again, we thank you for joining us here at Geechee Lion Journey. But please, we want you to share, and subscribe to this broadcast, to this station. And you want to support us by going to this website and become a paid subscriber. The Geechee Lion Music Radio, which is my music stream, personal music stream. Less than $10 a month. And that way you can support my station. I do not put my music on Spotify for 0.0001 penny per stream. So want you to support us. You want to support Geechee Lion Music Radio, go to this website. Go to the website, www.cheelionsoul.com. Do support. Go into the store to also join and get some music downloads. My music download, 25, all of them 25% off. Music downloads are there in the store. Go to the website and visit us. Next week, hopefully, in the near future, we hope to have Chicago Flip Red on, and hopefully get well, Brother Frank Tate. I know you were supposed to be on with me today, but you got sick. Looking for you to please be back with us healthy next week. Hopefully also to have Brother K-Ron back on. Sounding grainy. No, let me see. What's this? Yeah. Well, $5. I don't know if that's a donation or whatever, but I ask you not, people don't. Thank you if you donated through YouTube, fine. But I would prefer that you go to my website and buy a subscription to my radio station or buy my music downloads, because I get close to 100% of the money when you go and support me through my website. So in the future, I encourage you to do that. I'd like to thank Juan Quinones. He was on our panel last week. He was busy and wasn't able to join us today. Thank him for his cast contribution last week. Our cousin panelist, Brenda Muhammad, thank her. She couldn't join us today because I believe she had some personal to take care of. So we're hoping to have Brenda Muhammad back next week. Hopefully we have Frank Tate, Juan Quinones, and K. Ryan from 53 Shades Darker, and on next week, and also Chicago Flip Red. So we want to go out here. Again, this is my station. So I'm going to give you a little bit of my music here going out. And we're going to end it with one of my songs here from Imperial Brown and the Million Seller. Thank you very much. Take us next week. Like, share, and subscribe.
Checking it out. Lord knows I'm checking you out. Oh, my baby. This can be a cold, cold world. And Lord knows I'm all alone. The desire for good loving is all in my bones. We've been seeing each other, dear, for the past few weeks or so. When I have to leave you, dear, oh, sometimes I don't want to go. I'm enchanted by your charms. You set off my love alarm. Oh, baby, I'm checking you out. Oh, I'm checking you out right now. Oh, you're checking the man out. Oh, my baby. Sure, I need someone to love, just like any man should. But to make my move too soon, no, Lord, it wouldn't do me any good. On the sideline, let me stand while I sort out the facts. I wanna be most sure of myself before I'm found in the act. I'm trying to keep cool, I don't wanna be a fool. No, baby, I'm still checking it out. Oh, I'm checking it out right now. I'm checking you out. Oh, my baby. You're inciting my desire. Something in you I require. But do I and you light a fire? To higher heights may we aspire. Oh, just keep on checking it out. I wanna know, are you checking me out? Lord knows I'm checking you out. Oh, lady, are you checking the man out? I wanna be sure of this thing before I commit myself too far. Before I offer you a ring, I wanna know more what it's all about. I'm trying to keep cool. Girl, you know you're making it hot for me right now. I don't wanna be no fool. Oh, 'cause I've been a fool so many times before. I wanna check it out, my baby. Oh, my dear. Oh, my baby. Check it out. I wanna check it out. Hope you're checking me out, my baby.
Thank you very much. See you next week. Season's greetings, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year to all of my listeners out there, especially my subscribers out there. We started this channel about a year ago, last year. We now have over 1,000 subscribers and over 500 videos put out there. We have something special for you this season, this month. We're giving big discounts to help you help us support this channel. Use the discount code XMAS50. XMAS50, get half off, 50% off subscriptions to Geechee Line Music Radio. Geechee Line Music Radio is my own streaming service featuring original music from myself and some affiliated artists. 50% off all subscriptions. Use Xmas50. And also, we have music downloads out there. We have a discount code Xmas25 to get 25% off all music downloads. 25% off all music downloads. Visit our website, www.chilionssoul.com. That's CHILIONSOUL.com. 50% off radio subscriptions with Xmas50. 25% off all music downloads with code Xmas25. Visit the website chilionssoul.com. You see it on your screen there. Visit it right now. Take it down. chilionssoul.com. You can sign up for the radio station and sign up to get any purchases of the music downloads. Limited time only this month. Merry Christmas. Support us. Support Geechee Line's journey this holiday season. We thank you from the Philippines and from America and the world. Thank you.